I tell him? Jeremy wants to go get a beer, so I'm going to tell you the story.
Good old Jason.
Anyway, so back in the day when I was in a band called The Scream, we just got back. We were doing thank you. We were doing a tour, and what they do is they do what they call legs of the tour. So we were getting home back to Los Angeles at the time I lived there, and I'm home and I'm supposed to do a show. I don't know if anybody ever been to Los Angeles before in Orange County. There used to be a bar there called the Marquee. So we were doing a KNAC show at the Marquee, and we're doing all this shit, and I get a phone call at my house right as I'm getting ready to walk out the door. The phone rings, and my wife, my ex-wife, my wife who was here, she's here now today with coming to visit my son. But anyway, she goes, yeah, it's, she goes, it's for you. I go, who is it? She goes, it's Nikki Sixx. Get the fuck out of here. She's like, no, seriously. So we take the phone. And anyway, long story short, they said, hey, Vince isn't with us anymore. We'd love for you to come up and jam with the band. So I go, okay, so this is a Friday. So now I've got Friday, Saturday, Sunday to stew on this shit. I go in Monday and walk into the room, and there's all the guys. They got tons of gear. They're sitting in there. And I got to admit, I was a little intimidated. So I walk into the room, and I'm like, hey man, what's up? You know, so we basically went through Jailhouse Rock, we smoking in the boys' room, we did Shout at the Devil, Helter Skelter, like all this shit. We did a little bit, some stuff from Feel Good, and they said, okay, that was awesome. And I'm, okay, so as I'm leaving, they go, can you come back tomorrow? So I go, yeah, okay. So I leave, I go back the next day. Next day I walk into the room, and it's the band. And it is all of the suits, I call them the suits people, but it was like the manager, the lawyer, the accountant, somebody from the record label, and then the wives, and then their wives. So I have to admit, it didn't suck walking in and talking to Brandy Brant and Heather Locklear. No, not at all. That's a whole other chapter of the book, which we will get into later, depending on how many cocktails I have. Anyway. So we do the same thing again. And I went through the shit, and everybody said, thank you for coming, blah, blah, blah. They were going to knock the rehearsal on the head. And I said, wait a minute, man, it's fucking like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Like, we're here, let's jam. So we were noodling around, just fucking around, doing some blues shit. And I just happened to grab a guitar, and they went, oh, you can play? And I said, yeah, a little bit. So I said, all right, cool. So we're jamming, we're doing some blues stuff, we're doing stuff like Honky Tonk Woman by the Stones, and just all this crazy shit. So anyway, I go, I've had this riff forever, and nobody knew what to do with it. I did it in a band that I was in called Angora, the guys from The Scream, nobody knew what to do with the riff. So I played this next riff with them, and we wrote this song that night to check it out.